The Royal Scots, Britain's oldest infantry regiment, has recorded the contribution of 4 of its surviving wartime veterans. Each served in a separate campaign and experienced the war in different ways, a reflection of the regiment's global contribution from 1939 to 1945. The 1st Battalion first saw action in France, suffering heavy losses defending the perimeter of Dunkirk in May 1940. After being reformed, the battalion fought in Burma from 1943 to 1945. Following the surrender of Hong Kong in 1941, the 2nd Battalion was likewise reformed and served in Gibraltar and Italy from 1942 until 1945. The 7th, 9th and 8th Battalions, the regiment's 2 territorial units, fought in northwest Europe following the invasion of Normandy in 1944.
I got my calling up papers and they asked me, which unit do you want to belong to? Do you want to go into the RAF or the Navy? I said, no, I want to go into the Royal Scots because my brother was an officer in the 1st Battalion Royal Scots. I was 19 years of age when that happened.
My grandfather, father, and an uncle had all been Royal Scots. So I had continued the family connection.
I was walking along this little pathway in the Apennine Mountains with the platoon behind me, and I turned the corner, and there in front of me were 2 Germans in a dugout, and they got the fright of their lives, as we did.
You knew you didn't want to do it, but you did it. You made yourself do it, you know. Talk about heroes being brave, but to me, a hero was a guy that was scared stiff, but he had to do something. He felt he had to do something, and that's what he did, you know.
The principal thing for everybody was the difficulty of actual combat. Nobody can prepare you for that.
I was shot in my arm, and then I got a bullet wound in my thigh there. It was captured and sent to an O-flag, a prisoner of war camp, especially for officers.
It was very basic. I remember the doctor saying that the restricted diet would do us good later on, help us to live longer.
There was that air of uncertainty all the time, what the Germans were going to do with you. Not only that, but they didn't give you much food either. Hunger and uncertainty, they were the 2 things.
The young today have never been really frightened. But the whole of my generation had been, and you certainly learned from that.
War is very an ugly experience, but sometimes it's necessary. I mean, I know that if we hadn't gone to war, it would be the swastika flag flying from the mast. So I was glad that we were victorious. But I didn't dwell on it. I forgot about the past and just concentrated on the future.
The regiment was awarded 39 battle honours during the Second World War. Around 10,000 men served as Royal Scots. Of these, 1,241 lost their lives, a higher proportion than in the First World War. 243 men from the 2nd Battalion alone died or were killed while prisoners of the Japanese. Despite their differing experiences, all 4 veterans see themselves first and foremost as Royal Scots, members of an extended family. Through their honesty, humanity and humour, these old Royals offer younger generations an insight into an experience of war that is vivid, unique and tangible.